So Hebrews 12, 1 through 4, it's on the screen. You can read it. So we all obviously know that we need to get rid of sin in our lives. We're past that part. Good for us. But I want to focus is on the last verse that says, "You have not yet resisted to the point of shedding blood." So first of all, this doesn't mean to make yourself bleed. So just get that straight. But moving on. So we always say that Jesus is Lord and that we serve God. However, consistently throughout our day, we cast God aside and put other things before Him. Sinning against God is the worst thing you can do in this life. It just is, right? And if we call God our Lord and Master and aim to please Him who created us, we should do everything in our power to not sin, and especially the same sin. So, when you watch porn, you don't only break the 7th commandment, but you also break the 1st, right? Because God says, don't do it, but you do it anyway. We do it anyway. So we have put porn, our God, and have put it above Jesus. It's literally against the 1st commandment. We are worshiping a false God. And everyone does this every day when we sin. But this is just another example. And now for the resisting. Be honest, whenever we fail, there was always something we could have done that could have prevented it. The fact is, we just did not want to resist sin as much as we could have. Going into our room and closing the doors and looking at a screen is not resisting sin. Okay? If we want to defeat sin, we will have to make some sacrifices. Right? Most of us thought that we could just stop if we wanted to. But now we realize our 10, 11, and 12-year-old self screwed us up, and now we have to put some effort into it, right? So sometimes it's harder to put the phone down than to pick it up. It's harder to walk away than it is to stay and indulge in it. But just because it feels harder does not mean it's impossible. It is possible to just walk away. We can sacrifice a lot of things, right? We can sacrifice our food. Praying and fasting is excellent. We can sacrifice our sleep, our comfort. We can also sacrifice our reputation, right? To defeat porn, you're going to have to tell someone about it. And when I was younger, I didn't want anyone to know. But I was telling Christ in that moment that I care more about what other people think of me than what Christ thinks of me, right? And Christ has suffered so much for us, we can't imagine the pain He went through. So why can't we just suffer a little bit for Him?